welcome to first episode of Modest Cup of Tea.
Myself, Amali Sobhan.
Myself, Sadia Afzal.
So today we just want to talk about culture in Islam.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just thought that it would be nice that we come together, have tea, and just talk about our culture and how it portrays in Islam.
So,
Because
are you
I
excited?
believe like we grow up in different cultures.
Yeah.
Yes, you grow up in Qatar, and I grow up here in the Netherlands. So I think it's a very important topic to talk.
Yeah,
with
and
our
now we live in
differences.
Netherlands, right?
Yes, yes.
In Rotterdam. But actually, I feel happy that I live in Rotterdam because you still see part of Islam and you
Yeah,
see
definitely
different
with-
various culture, right?
Yeah, definitely with the big mosques here
Yeah.
in the south of Rotterdam. It's
Yeah.
super beautiful.
So it feels at least good that okay,
Yeah,
we're
yes,
still
yes.
not completely in Western white
Yeah,
society, right?
True, true.
Okay, you want a cup of tea?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's why we're here. My cushion. I'm so concerned about my cushion. Okay.
Today I made caramel chai. I made with caramel. I hope the sugar is fine. Otherwise, I'll go and get sugar. Or I can call my husband to Sarwa sugar.
Bismillah.
Bismillah. I have there's some toast over there.
Oh, chai is amazing.
Oh yeah. You sure you don't need sugar?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, perfect. There's some sweet toast over there if you want.
Yeah, there are some toast to enjoy because the conversation is going to be long. So, make yourself comfortable, and also to our audience, make yourself comfortable with your tea, your coffee,
Yeah.
chai, masala chai, and if you like a piece of toast, make sure to take that as well.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with culture.
Yes. Yes.
So I come from Bangladeshi / Middle Eastern culture, and now I'm living here in Netherlands. Like I came here for education. And how about you?
I was born in the Netherlands, and then my parents moved all with the family to Pakistan, and there I lived like for 7 years, and then they thought like for better future, it's better to go back to the Netherlands, and we moved all with my family siblings back to the Netherlands. So I was here like I was around 7 years when I was here, and then it was like like a lot of culture difference for me,
Yeah.
As a child, I was there in Pakistan going to the school with uniform, and there was no uniform.
Yeah.
And in Pakistan, I had to show a lot of respect to my teacher, and he was like completely different. So first few years, I was like so confused as a child at 7 years coming to the Netherlands. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
But after a time, I adjusted, but I also learned a lot about culture and the differences, and I'm happy that I have seen
But
both.
there's a stereotypical thought that Pakistani Muslim are conservative.
Yeah, I know about that, but like my parents are like more open to it. They teach the Quran, they teach all the sunnahs and everything, and like my parents, so they give me as a child the opportunity how I want to improve, like how I want to practice my Islam. Like, do I really want to go in only the Islamic part or with the culture? So I'm really happy with my parents because they gave me the freedom to choose. And Alhamdulillah, I end up like wearing the hijab like I think 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was also a big journey. So yeah, we can also talk about that. But
Yeah.
how did you?
Well, I never really felt a difference because I grew up in Qatar.
Yeah,
So,
that's completely different.
Yeah, like I felt like it just it felt like water. It was very fluid
Yeah?
for me, because you see the whole country is celebrating Ramadan. You see the whole country is celebrating Eid.
That should be so beautiful.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was. And I also see that, of course, when you are in Qatar, Dubai, or anywhere in Middle East, the thing is, because we have so many people from different culture, different religion, right? So you sort of see almost everything getting celebrated. Like I used to see Eid getting celebrated, and then I used to see Indian community celebrating Diwali, for example. And during Christmas, not the whole country would be decorated, but especially say you go to like hotels, you go to malls, you see
Yeah.
Christmas tree, you see Santas, and you know that. So I saw all flavors, and
Mhm.
it was quite easy for my mom to explain us that okay, it's all religion festivities,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
religious festivities, but she would also make it like what is mine, you know. Eid is mine, Ramadan
Yeah.
is mine, so I feel okay, I belong here. But it's not that I ever felt like, as a kid I never felt like, oh, I also want to have a Christmas tree at my home. I felt like, oh, you know how I have Eid, my friends,
They have
like,
Christmas.
yeah, they have
Yeah.
Christmas, you
Yeah,
know. So
definitely. Yeah.
you know, I can go to their house, but I cannot have that decoration.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
my friends also had the same thing, that oh, she's a Muslim, and
She
you know,
has Eid.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
So I still also have my Christian friends or my Hindu friends coming over during Eid, so we sort of understand that boundary.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, but you know, when I moved here to Netherlands in 2018, and I don't know how, like you, like my husband's family, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I would call them, they're more third culture, because you know, your parents, their parents are from Bangladesh,
Yes.
your
Yes.
parents are from
Yes.
Pakistan, but you have to also have your culture,
Yes.
your religion, but you also live in a different culture, right?
Yes. Yes.
So how was it, like, do you think it made a difference? It was
It was hard. Like how, especially like as a kid, as a teenager, you felt that.
Like compared to the Qatar in Netherlands, you do not have that much diversity. Like the
Yeah.
culture celebration, you know, there's not. But there are different cultures living in the Netherlands, but they are more, I think, like a little bit isolated from each other.
Yeah,
I think you also experienced that.
Yes.
Because,
of course.
Yeah.
You grew up in Rotterdam, right?
yes, yes.
I was living in Leeuwarden,
Oh.
far north, you know.
Wow.
The funny thing, the first time when I was in Netherlands, and I think it was my third day or second day, you know, someone like white people, like my white neighbor, he was surprised that okay, there is a dark hair. Well, now I have a hair color, guys. This is all dyed. I have jet black hair, okay, jet black thick hair, and yeah, of course, dark eyes, and he had to stop me to ask where I'm from. Because in Leeuwarden, back in 2018, for first 6 months, I didn't meet any Indians. I was just seeing Germans and Dutch. And you know, Frisians are very different than Dutch you see in South.
Yes.
So he had to stop me to ask where I'm from, and he was like, "Hey, you have dark hair," and he was also speaking in a broken English. You know how broken Dutch people speak. And he's like, "Where are you from? I see you from here." You know, for a moment I got scared because someone's stopping to ask, "Why do you look like this?" And yeah, but then he was like, "No," like he was very curious because you know, you see dark skin, you see dark hair, you see stuff. So yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you are beautiful. Where are you from?" And things like that, you know.
So it was a nice conversation.
Yeah, it was a nice conversation, but that was quite a cultural shock for me, right?
I can understand.
Yeah, you suddenly like seeing someone and it was different. But did you feel that sort that you're switching between cultures?
growing up in Rotterdam?
Like growing in Rotterdam itself, like I grew up with different friends, like in different backgrounds. So I'm really happy with that because I now know different cultures, different food, and stuff like that. So I never had that different culture shock. But like as I said, like 10 years ago, I started wearing hijab, and then there was like a moment, and I thought like, wait, like I'm different. Like during that time, I was working in Exenos, it's a shop in the Netherlands, and I worked there for a year, so half 6 months. When I was working there, I somehow wanted to switch to wear the hijab. It was like between the Christmas vacations. So there was a girl working there. She was wearing her hijab so nicely, no makeup, nothing. I was like, wow, she just somehow inspired me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do it. Like, you know, sometimes you just have to do the way you feel.
Yeah.
You have to take the step. So I took the step, and like a weekend before a week before, I didn't also working there, wearing the hijab, and then I wore the hijab on work.
Surprise.
But I saw different, like the way people like behave to me, like the clients, they will like look and they will ask, and when I will reply, they would not take it like very seriously.
Okay.
But somehow before it was, and then I was like, wait, before I never experienced something like that, and I was like, wait, a lot of girls are really experienced it. Like as you say, like, you know, when you come from a different country, different backgrounds, you have different things with you,
Yeah.
and people somehow judge you without judging you.
Yeah, that's true. Like with their gesture, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do not always have to speak. You
Or
can
different
just,
tone of way, or
yeah,
just like, wait, I want to talk
body
to an, yeah,
language.
because I want to reply to a client, like, you're looking for this, I can help you, and I helped, and somehow they ask again to someone else, and I
Oh,
was like, wait, like, is it okay?
yeah. I can understand
So
that.
that was the
Yeah.
point, like, I feel the difference, but I also felt like maybe I am being different, but somehow it takes a lot of courage to being different in like Western culture.
Yeah. 10 years back, it was somewhere in 2015, 16,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Like in Dutch society now, we are part of Dutch society, we are part of Dutch culture, and I think it has evolved so much.
Yes.
Especially when I am in big country, sorry, I'm saying country, big cities
Yes.
like Rotterdam, Utrecht, Amsterdam. I see people recognize. Like imagine when I was in Leeuwarden, when I would go to restaurants, no halal meat, you know.
Yeah,
At
it's
some
so hard.
yes.
It's true.
Oh my God, there was just one Indian restaurant,
Yeah.
and then there was one Turkish restaurant. And how long can I eat there, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So then I stopped eating halal, and I'm like, I'll just say Bismillah and I'll eat because
Okay.
then yeah, of course I was not drinking alcohol
true.
or I was not eating pork, but I was still mostly eating chicken because I was fine with eating non-halal meat like beef, be disgusting, you know.
Yeah, true.
So as long as it's a barbecued chicken or
Yeah.
it is, so I'll just eat it because it was so hard for us.
Yeah, it's very difficult
Yeah.
because, like, you know, normally you are like used to eat like meal that's halal.
You know?
It's easy.
To find, and here I
Yeah.
had a similar experience when I did my internship in Ireland, and Ireland is completely white people.
How was it? How was your experience in
That
Ireland?
was really shocking because I went to Cork. It's also one of the biggest, second biggest city in Ireland,
Mm-mm.
and there was only one
Were
shop.
you wearing hijab back then?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So there was only
How
one.
was their perception? Also mention for the audience, as also for me, how was the perception with hijab in Ireland?
I don't know. People were like curious. They will ask me questions that, they were not used to it.
Yeah.
So it was not bad experience, but people were like really curious. They were like ask me about different things, different topics, like why are you wearing this? Why
Yeah.
are you like And then it was actually really nice because I also learned a lot about Islam during that time because I did also a lot of research by myself. Because one of the questions that I was asked during that time was like, well, why are you allowed to eat fish everywhere, but
Okay.
not
the meat.
Yeah, not the meat. And then I was like, wait, as a child, as a Muslim person, you never think about that question, yeah?
Because you just learned it at home, right?
Yeah, true.
You're just like, oh, it's halal meat.
Yeah.
You know, in Qatar, I never thought that there is halal haram anything because everything is halal. I
Yeah,
could just eat
that was-
everything,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
After coming to the Netherlands in
Yes.
2018, my roommate had to tell me, because she was also from Qatar, she had to tell me that, oh, you have to eat halal. And I'm like, what is it?
Yeah, true, but it's really different because like also like if I go back to Pakistan, I can eat everywhere,
Yeah.
and then here, yeah, like here you have to think. And the nice thing is nowadays, like the friends that I have, alhamdulillah, some of are not Muslim,
Yeah.
but even if we go outside, they check for me, and that's so nice.
That's so sweet, right?
Yeah, and then they say, oh, you are allowed to eat there, and they come up with new place, and they say, oh, you're allowed to eat there, and I said like, oh, and they say it's halal meat. It's like, wow, it's so
Amazing.
lovely. Alhamdulillah
Yeah.
for that, Like I think like it's so nice, like being in different cultures and meeting different people and seeing the way they see
Yeah.
life.
Let's go back to, because I interrupted you. We were talking about when people were asking you in Ireland
Yeah.
why you're allowed to eat fish
Yeah.
but not the meat.
Yes.
Then what did you do?
So I was quiet because I thought like, wait, I never thought about that. Your family never teach. Like it is something that we grow up with. They just say you can eat fish everywhere, you can eat and meat you are not. And I'm a science student.
Yeah.
So the question people they ask me, like also people from the science, they will not say like it's like one of the things that I researched about this is like there was really important person from the Quran Majid. I just not know the name by my heart now. And when he was in a fight, he did with his sword. he went into the water and he touched the fish, and due to that, the fish died by the cut,
Yeah.
and all the blood came out. So that's one of the reasons why it's halal
Oh, okay.
naturally,
Okay.
because it's happened by that an important person. I will tell next time the name and its complete story.
Yeah.
And the second thing, what I did, what I learned from the science part is like there's different research done about fish, and they kill the fish in a different way. So one of the way was they removed whole like removed from the water and they died naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other one was like cutting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things that they saw, like the fish that was like removed from the water,
Yeah.
they died. But there's something so beautiful about fish. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made that, is that when the fish died, like by removing the water, it it died, but there's an organ that collect all the blood.
Yeah.
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 So what?
Is it their liver, lungs, something? It has to be either of that two, I think.
Yeah. But the
Yeah.
thing with that is, like, halal means that the meat is like clean, like from the water. It doesn't contain blood.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
So it doesn't
Yeah,
contain blood.
exactly. Because I was also researching about this, that someone asked me that too, you
Yeah.
know, how you can eat fish. But then, yeah, I wanted to also learn it a bit more scientifically,
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
because what I noticed, my friends who are atheists, who doesn't believe in God, are, yeah, for them, if I tell them anything that's godly, they don't trust it, right? So the only argument I can give to them is scientific.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't remember exact thing, like I cannot recall the exact thing, but what just the underlining of it is that meat generally has animals generally has more germs, right?
Yes.
Because they're sweating,
Yeah.
and you know their anatomy is a bit different than
Yes.
fish.
Yes.
So when you cut them, you let the blood flow so that
Yes.
all the bacterias it has in the skin, it sort of comes out,
flows
right?
out, yeah.
And we also don't eat the skin. We
Yes.
usually throw the fur and the
Yeah.
skin, right?
Yeah.
And because I'm not a science people, I'm not from science background, just for everyone. So my terminology might not be correct. It's like we extract germs or our bad things from
Yeah.
our body through skin, right?
That's true.
Yeah, so then we remove it completely
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah.
And when in Islam we say when you cut an animal with Allahu Akbar, we're slaughtering it for sake of Allah.
Yes, definitely.
It's not that we are killing it with
Yeah,
torture,
yeah.
right? So that's also from a moral point of view.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fish, its anatomy is completely different, right?
Yes.
And it breathes with fins, right?
Yeah, true. But it's just like that was so beautiful, because the article that I read that just say like the blood is collected in one organ, and the rest of the meat of the fish doesn't contain any blood anymore.
Yes,
so
exactly.
all the blood kind of flow at one organ.
Yes. And it
And-
happens when it dies immediately after the water,
yes,
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
because and the other experiment that they did, they killed the fish. They removed from the water and they killed it immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately. And what they found is that that process doesn't take place. You know, the process that the organ just collect all the blood. So
Yeah.
the whole meat still contain the blood.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so beautiful. Like if you look at like Islamic way, like wow, like you know, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have thought about so many things that we do not know about.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially like, you know, they like sometimes I look about science, like look into science and Islamic thing, like wow.
Yeah. You know, we just spoke about our background
Yes.
and how we came to Dutch society and now we're part of it and what are the differences we saw. But one thing I
Yeah.
think you also experienced in your culture, but I have also experienced in my Bangladeshi culture, or even part of my Qatari culture, is that our
Yes.
elders, they would sort of make Islamic argument on a cultural point of view. You understand?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
for their
yeah,
benefit.
that's true. Yes.
I think many of the listeners of the audience will sort of relate to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe let's talk about some of the examples and let's try to debunk that.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
So one of the culture part I will tell you.
Yes.
You know, recently I found out marriage. You know
Yeah.
how our, at least my mom, my mom would say marriage is farj.
Yeah.
Okay, I found out for women marriage is neither farj neither sunnah.
Yeah.
But if the woman wants, she can marry. If she don't want, she doesn't have to.
Yes. Yes.
But for
True.
men, if the man has enough money and wealth,
Yes.
it's farj on him because he should take care of a woman, right?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
So imagine my mom said, first, marriage is farj, and second, having kids is farj. You see?
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So,
True.
yeah, and it's quite common, right? So let's try to shed some light on this.
Yeah. Definitely. No, I also have the similar experiences because like a lot of like Asian culture, they make some statement and they say like this is Islamic statement,
Yeah.
but they do not really know the real Islamic statement.
Yeah.
And as a child, you just like maybe it's true, you know?
Exactly,
You're
right?
just like, maybe I have to do this, you know? Maybe I have to marry because
Yeah.
yeah, I finished my like I graduated,
Yeah.
and I was like, wait, what's the next step? You know?
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
next step, I asked my mom. She said, now you're ready for marriage. I was like,
Yeah.
marriage? Like, wait.
Exactly. Like, in our Desi culture,
I will take some more time.
yeah, do take some more. Um, I feel, Desi culture, I don't know how. It's just so ingrained in our parents' mentality, or our elders, say
Yeah,
your grandma or
true.
your aunt. It's just ingrained that you have to be married early, right? Because
Yes.
it's some sort of obligation from Islam, right?
Yeah.
But it's nothing like that. But
No.
why do you think it's that way?
I think like maybe like the our parents, they have like completely different lifestyle. They like, for my parents, my uh, grandpa came here for work to the Netherlands, and they have like completely different lifestyle. And for them, they're like, maybe like having child is something like, it's really important during that time, and like getting married, and maybe marriage is during that time also being safe as a woman. There's a stability, stability,
Stability.
stability. So yeah, I think like the way they grow up, because if I talk to my dad and he say like, um, I wish you were like married when you were 20. I was like, wait, but that was his wish,
Yeah.
and somehow when then I try to look the way he think, then I understand, So because if I look at his lifestyle, he was like, her sisters were also married like when they were 18, 20, and they think that this is something normal.
Yeah.
It has to be continued.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like Alhamdulillah, I did my education, everything. I'm able to do a lot of things by myself, and I'm trying to change the mindset of my dad. I'm
Yeah.
trying to say like, it is not like, I can also take care of myself.
Yeah. That's
Like
true.
it's not I'm against marriage.
Yep.
I would love to marry someone someday, but for now it's not like I need someone to take care
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you also feel that the difference between guy and man, a woman and female. Like my dad, like I have two bigger brothers, and my dad always had more expectation from my brothers than me. I'm like, wait, why? I was always fighting, like, wait, why he is allowed to do that, why I'm not?
Wait, I'm not. Yeah, I feel the same actually. I found out I came across a very beautiful explanation very recently,
Oh yeah,
and it is about Allah revealed a full surah for women, right? Surah
yeah,
Nisa.
true.
So when it came about anything about women, if you notice a pattern, Prophet never give any immediate explanation, immediate verdict. He would always wait for Allah to explain.
Yes, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So, Prophet being the best of best human, best of best man, even he himself never tried to speak about women's right, speak about women, speak about any regulations or any rulings about women. Like for example, when his own wife, they were pointing finger on his own
true.
wife, he stayed quiet and he was patiently waiting for Allah to say something, right?
Yeah.
So that narration, when I was listening, it's like even the best of best man and best of best human never spoke anything about a woman. But look at our society these days, everyone wants to speak about women.
Yeah.
Like if you I have seen that as well. Like, I was quite self-sufficient and I was studying abroad. And actually, I'm the first woman in my whole lineage of family who studied abroad. You know, female,
Mashallah.
first female. Okay. And well, my dad was partially not favoring this, and also my dad's family. Like, I still remember when my uncle, my dad's younger brother, called and said, why? Because the daughter is eventually going to get married,
Yes. True.
and they will go in a different house.
True.
They will never pay for your livelihood when you're old. So what's the point of spending so much money on that girl, you know?
Yeah.
So that sort of thing. So I'm just saying, when any family in our culture, anyone who has a daughter, they feel, oh my god, I have a liability,
Well,
because I have to get married, I have to get her married, I have to get her. So for they would always think, immediately the thing comes about marriage and the marriage liability.
Yeah.
And the whole family, not only the parents, but even the uncles and the
yeah, everyone is just thinking about one thing.
yeah, and everyone would say something about that girl. But if you look at this, in our beauty of Islam is, even the best of best human never said anything about
True.
woman except Allah.
True.
Only the creator is allowed to say anything
Yeah,
about
that's so beautiful.
woman, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it is quite interesting, how in our culture, sort of, but do you think it's changing?
I think we can make the change. I think that because it's not changing, because like I think like the next generation will be changed if we take the step now. Because like if we really like studied Islam and we can really talk like about Islam in like simple conversations, because that's something that I think that's missing at the moment. You know, there are a lot of lectures, and I also listen to that, but you have to make the attention to listen to that to
Yeah.
study. But like if you have friends around, like we met and we somehow talk about Islam, like
Yeah.
during the dinner,
Yeah.
and that's something beautiful. And I think that is something that we should uh, apply in our
Yeah.
our life. Just like, and maybe Alhamdulillah, I found Islamic friends. Some people it's hard to find Islamic friends.
But have you also seen a pattern that sometimes people who comes from a second world countries or the third world
Yeah, yeah,
countries,
true.
like we say
Yeah,
Pakistan, Afghanistan, we see a lot of people from Afghanistan,
yeah,
we see a lot of people from Bangladesh,
true.
they have hard time letting go their culture and integrating to Dutch culture. For them, do you think it's hard also to cope with the Western culture?
I think it's true. It's hard. It's difficult.
Why do you think it's hard for them to let go that?
Because I think like it's not like because they went away from the country because something was wrong. You know,
Mm, yeah,
like
yeah,
if you choose to come here, it's a different feeling. Like
yeah,
if I
that's true.
choose to move suddenly to Canada,
Yeah,
for example, from Qatar, if I'm living in Qatar, I want to move to Canada. That's my choice. I know the culture difference is different. You already know that. But people from the like from Afghanistan or Pakistan, and you have very bad like situation there. You have to move. You have to go somewhere,
yeah,
and sometimes you do not know like how the other side is.
yeah,
Sometimes people do not even do the study about it.
yeah,
I have some friends and they had this kind of situation. They have to go, and when I meet with them and then I see certain kind of mindset, but also I can also understand them.
yeah.
They did not choose to come here, and then I see like wait, I have respect for them, and I can understand the struggle as well.
But do you think kids from that type of family has cultural burden?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Sometimes I can see that sometimes. So I think when a person grows up with a cultural burden, for them, I think it's hard to maintain culture, hard to maintain their religion, and also hard to integrate to the new culture, the new
yes,
society.
yes. No,
So
I completely agree because somehow they have some expectation with the cultural thing. They have
yeah,
to do that. They have to wear certain way. They have to live their life certain way. But on the other hand, living in this society also has some. Yeah, you have to be a part of it. Otherwise, it's
yeah,
so difficult because, for example, I live here with my family and I do not integrate with other people. It's so difficult. at the end, your kids will also ask like, why I'm not allowed to talk
Yeah.
to a certain person,
Yeah.
and it's so like so hard for a child then.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I have also seen a pattern where like the first generation people. So I mean the first generation means if someone now comes from say Bangladesh,
Yeah.
India, Pakistan, they're the first generation
Yeah,
Dutch,
yeah, true,
right?
true.
So whoever coming to the Netherlands now, or because they struggle so much to integrate to the Dutch society, then they start blaming the Dutch society.
Yeah, I
You see a
understand that
pattern. So
pattern.
just
True,
to give
true.
example to
Yeah.
our audience is
Yes.
that what happens that they come, for example, say from India, say Pakistan. They come here, they still want to be close to their culture, so they
True.
would only hang out with their community of
Yes.
people, and they would not take proactive action to integrate, learn the society, learn the people, learn the culture.
Yes.
And then when they are into the job market, or they are into the housing market, or anything part of the society, they would start blaming. They're like, oh, they're racist. Or they would
Yeah.
say, I'm not getting a job because I don't speak this language.
Yeah.
Or they would say, I don't properly speak the language. And then they will say, oh, I didn't get the house because I'm brown. I agree, there is a certain level of racism.
Yes,
But
definitely.
I don't think, if, for example, if I'm failing constantly, it's fair to just blame the Dutch society,
yeah.
Dutch culture, because I am brown.
No, that's true.
So what is your perspective on that? How do you see this?
No, I think like as I agree what you said, but it's also because I know no matter the situation, the way you come to the Netherlands, you just like not just the Netherlands,
Yeah,
like
any
everywhere,
country. It
any
can be
country.
US, it can be
Yeah,
France, anywhere.
it's just like you have to think like if you look at Islamic way, you have to think like this life is a test.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
like I live my days like that.
Yeah.
This life is a test because I have some good days, but I also have some bad days.
Yeah.
And you have to see that as well. Like coming to here, maybe it's a test for you.
Yeah.
Coming to here, integrating with other people is a test for you.
Yeah.
If you look at the life of the Prophet, he also went to different places, different countries. He did not stay at one place.
Yeah.
He did not only talk with one people. He was even talking to people that no one was talking with.
Yeah.
You know, and
And I think if you
that's
compare
also
with
something
Prophet,
beautiful.
he had harder, like 1,000 times harder than what we have these
Yeah,
days, right?
definitely. And there's also like in the Quran, they also say like as a Muslim, you have to live your life as a traveler.
Yeah.
We are not going to stay here for long.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, maybe your action will inspire someone else to come
Yeah.
to the Islam.
Yeah.
And that's the way I am living my life. Like
Yeah.
I wear my hijab and I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And other people see that, other people feel that,
Yeah.
and they will ask you about it.
Yeah.
And somehow some people say to me, oh, you inspired me to doing
Yeah.
this. Oh, you inspired me to read this.
Yeah.
And that's also something beautiful. And
Yeah.
you know, it's not always like bad to move somewhere else. It's not always bad to be the only one there.
Yeah.
Because you have to just read the story of the Prophet. He was also in some countries, he was the only Muslim.
Yeah, that's true.
He was
That's
the
true.
only Muslim and no one was praying there.
Yeah.
He started praying and people
Yeah.
asked like, what are you doing? You know?
Exactly.
And maybe that's also a test of us. Like maybe you go to a different country where no
Mm.
Muslims, but you start the first, like you know, the first prayer there. Maybe you will build the first mosque there.
Yeah.
And that's such a beautiful thing. And
Yeah.
I think like people have to change their mindset. Like not think like I'm the only one. I'm not saying like it's not easy. It's really difficult because I have experienced like living in Ireland. I was the only Muslim in the whole university doing my research there, and it is hard.
Yeah.
But if
It's
you look
true.
at it, like maybe God sending me here to inspire someone else.
Exactly.
So I think like we have to change our mindset to that.
Yeah.
And
that's
I will
true.
say everyone who is watching this, like if you have hard time, just try to see the light.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
that is something. That's also what Islam say. Like see your day as maybe as a last day. Maybe it's hard to say that, but you have to do
That's true.
everything what you have in your capability. Like
Yeah, that's true.
do your best, show the little actions. Like when I was coming here with the tram, there was an old lady waiting also for the tram, and it was so cold. And she said, "It's cold." And then I started talking to her, and then I saw her on her face that she was like not disturbed by the cold anymore.
Yeah.
because her mind was like,
Diverted.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a small action. And then she left and she said, "Thank you for the conversation. It was so lovely, you know."
Yeah. That's so sweet.
So yours, I didn't know her. It was like a old lady, and she was like, "Okay." And I asked about her Christmas, and I was like, "Oh, you're going to celebrate Christmas?" I was like, "Yeah," and I don't celebrate it, but I still know that she is doing
Yeah.
it. So you can still ask about someone else's interest,
Yeah.
even you are not doing it.
Yeah. Let's because we're coming toward the end of the conversation, let's try to like summarize it, or just in the end maybe we can just share how we see it, how to balance culture and just the religion, especially practicing Islam can be hard,
Definitely.
right?
Yes.
So that's, I think that's the beauty of it also.
Yes.
So let's, you go first. Tell me your top two things or three things that you think has worked for you to balance culture and you being Muslim.
I think like first of all, make your faith strong. Like try pray as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because that for me praying is like the moment that I forgot the world. It's just like me and my God, me
Yeah.
and my creator. And beside that, learn about new things. Learn
Yeah.
about the culture, learn about the new activities that are happening in your city.
Yeah.
Because that will also help you to have better conversation with other people.
Yeah.
And the third, I would say, like, it's not always finding the right people. It's just like starting the first conversation.
Yeah.
It's always starting the first, say, first salam to someone. And I think that, and the rest, I think like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send the right people to you.
Yeah.
Because I had difficult time also to finding the right people.
Hmm.
And then I let it go. And somehow we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's also something beautiful. And
Yeah.
just think like you lived all the time in Qatar and suddenly we met.
Yeah, that's true.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So those are the three things I think people should apply in the like in their
Yeah.
life to
Yeah.
like to balance the Islam and the cultural
Yeah.
thing. What about you?
Mm, for me, as I completely agree to you, the faith and the trust
Yeah.
that works. I think what helped me the most,
Yeah.
especially in Netherlands, especially last 2 years, is the trust that there's a superpower, a supreme power
Mhm.
beyond. Like I can overthink, I can
Yeah.
panic, I can do
Sure.
everything, but it's not in my control.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's so hard.
yeah, external
Okay.
things
Yeah.
is not in my control. Me not getting a job is not in my control.
True,
I
true.
can apply, I can do interviews. If I'm not landing on it, it's not the thing.
Yeah.
If I'm not speaking Dutch or broken Dutch, I'm trying, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But if I cannot, even after trying, if I'm failing, it's not in my control. There's so much external factors. So
Yeah, true.
internal things is under my control, but external I can't, right?
True.
So believing that there is a supreme power and his plan is the best.
Indeed.
Just that
Indeed.
trust itself helps me a lot, because imagine when you are scared and your mom sits beside you, how comfortable you feel, right?
Yes, definitely.
And
yeah.
if you know that someone is there who loves you 99 times or 100 times more than your
Yes,
mom,
Yes.
of course his plan would not be bad for you, right?
That's so beautiful that you said that.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, we think our mom will do everything for us and we
Yes,
trust
definitely.
her. Like I blindly trust my mom, is right? It's
Yeah.
like, okay, do this, and I'm sure my mom will do it.
Yes.
I'm scared I'll sleep with my mom and it feels like, oh, someone's guarding me,
Yeah,
but
true.
right?
True,
But
true.
she's also human.
Yeah.
But if you think like me, thinking that, okay, someone is my creator, someone gave me the life,
Yes.
someone loves me so much more than my mom, so I need to trust that person, like that supreme power, way more, right?
Yeah.
That helps me the most. The second is answer. We are humans, we have so much question in our mind, right?
Yeah.
So I think trying to find those answers helps, because your culture will say something, your society will say something,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
people, the mouths, those mouths will say you something, and it
That's
confuses
so
you.
confusing.
Yeah.
True.
You just don't know what is right.
Yeah.
So trying to find answer for myself helps me the most. It's like I want explanation. I want to know why pork is prohibited. I
Yeah,
want to know why music is discouraged.
Yeah.
I want to know that. So everyone has different explanation, but I
But
want
that
to
will
know
also
myself.
improve your faith. That will make you
Exactly.
more stronger, and
Yeah.
it will make you also, I think, more powerful
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. That's true. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end to our this part of conversation. And thanks for watching
Thank
and stay
you.
with us. And what's your last word, Sadia?
I have no idea.
Maybe you should say the last word in Dutch.
Volg ons.
Stay tuned with us for the next episode. Take care. Bye. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel to watch more such content.